Hello everyone, welcome to Vaishali BBA MBA classes. In my earlier video, we have discussed about what is HRM. In this class, we will study about the functions of HRM. HRM functions can be classified into following three categories: managerial functions, operative functions, and advisory functions. The managerial functions of HRM are as follows. Planning. In planning, it tells us about the number and type of employees needed to accomplish organizational goal. Then organizing. Here in organizing is the process of dividing work into sections and departments. To make optimum use of resources such as man, material, money, machine and method, it is necessary that work should be equally divided and the right person should be given the task so that wastage of resources can be avoided. Then staffing. Staffing is an operation of recruiting the employees by evaluating their skills, knowledge and then offering them job accordingly. Then comes directing. Directing refers to the process of instructing the employees while they are performing their tasks, guiding them when they have any confusion regarding the job or any type of conflict in the organization, motivating them. Motivation can be done through various aspects such as promotion and other benefits, and leading people in the organization to achieve its objectives. Controlling. Here in controlling, the actual performance of the employees are measured and compared with the standard plans. If the actual performance is deviated from the standards, then the new control measures and strategies are adopted. Now we will study the operative functions. Recruitment and selection. Recruitment involves attracting more and more number of candidates from the eligible job seekers so that the organization can select the most suitable candidates for their vacant position. Job analysis and job design. It involves collection of information that should include knowledge, skill and ability the candidate should possess to discharge a job effectively. Actually, job analysis tells us about the nature and type of job, that which type of job is this, and it tells us that the knowledge, skill and ability the incumbent should possess to perform the job. Then job design. Job design aims at organizing tasks, duties and responsibilities into a single unit of work to achieve certain objectives. Well-designed jobs retain and attract motivated workforce. Here, job design basically means designing of job. Here, job design determines the task we need to perform while doing the job, the duties and responsibilities we need to perform while doing the job. And when we combine these three things into a single unit, see, I have underlined this three lines, into a single unit of work, this ultimately leads to job design. Well-designed jobs retain and attract motivated workforce, which is useful for the companies to achieve their objectives. There are some techniques of job design like job rotation, job enrichment, job enlargement, which we will discuss in our further classes. Then next is performance appraisal. Companies use performance appraisal to know the performance of the employees. Here, companies determine which employees are contributing in their company's growth and they reward their higher achieving workers. Training and development. This function helps the employees to acquire skills and knowledge to perform their jobs effectively. Training is basically given to enhance the knowledge and skills of the employees according to the technological changes and advancement. And training also increases the efficiency of the employees in the work, which helps in the financial gain of the organization. Wage and salary administration. HRM determines what is to be paid for different types of jobs. Then advisory functions. Advice to top management. Personnel manager advises the top management in formulation and evaluation of programs, policies and procedures. Advice to departmental heads. Personnel manager advises the heads on matters such as manpower planning, job analysis, job design, recruitment and selection, and performance appraisal. Here the middle level manager also acts as a chain of communication between the top level managers and the lower level managers. Like from the top level managers, they pass on the policies and goals of the top managers, and from the lower level managers, they pass their any type of grievances if there, then in type of conflict, any valuable information and suggestion if the lower level managers have, they pass this information to the top level managers. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.